Hi, Archana.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Everyone is well. Yes, Adi. Hi, Swati.
Hi, Sudarshan.
Hi. We'll start now.
ఫైనల్ లాస్ట్ అది కూడా అన్ని కలిపి ఒకసారి పంపించేస్తారు.
Okay, others go on mute. Okay, so last class we discussed about conditional processing on loops, right? So how to use if conditions, how to use if and else condition, where conditions, and do loop and all. Correct? Any doubts, anyone?
Sir, Swati here.
Please tell me, sorry.
Yes. So yesterday I tried if loop
Okay.
in do condition.
If
So
then,
I end the condition before output and I take 1 to 10, then my output will come as 11. Why it is not coming as 10, as in the 10 is last value?
you are not writing the output statement. Huh? Where you are writing the output statement? Outside the do loop?
After end. But I want value as 10. It was coming as 11.
No, so you are right within the macro, then within the do loop, right?
Yes.
See. This one only, right? This one you're speaking?
Yes, yes.
So I told you right in the last class also, you have to write an output statement within the do loop. So when you wrote within the do loop only, so every time 1 to 10 it will resolve. Output data set will go and store the value. So when you wrote the outside that, or if you did not wrote also, for example, if I did not wrote any output here. Okay. So what going to happen? What is this program is giving the output? So numbers is equal to only one observation is created, has a value of 111.
Okay.
Why? Because you did not wrote anything within the loop, within the do loop. Okay, if you wrote only that value every time, the loop will rotate. What are the value you are giving? It will go out to your output data set. No, if you did not wrote here and you are writing an outside. This is also meaning same. One observation, one variable. That is
Yes.
the one. Okay, that's the reason you have to write an output statement always within the program.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
General nature, okay. The nature of a do statement is it will increment the value. I is equal to 1 to 10. So 1 to 10, up to 10, up to 10 is your end limit. That's fine. But how it is every time it is incrementing the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 also it was incremented. It will increment to the 11 also. It will increment to the 11 also. But 11, the condition got failed. Correct? The end limit is only 10 here. Even if incremented to the 11, when incremented in the 11, your end limit is only 10. So that time it will not enter within the loop. It come out of the loop, do loop, and it will create output data set. Now, while creating output data set, now you are outside, you are giving output statement. Correct? So while creating an output, when you come out of the do loop, here you mentioning an output statement. So that is already incrementing to the 11 already, correct? That 11 will go to a numbers to data set. Okay.
Yes, yes, understood.
Suppose if you wrote this output statement within the do loop, even though if incremented also, because it is not entered into the loop after 11 number is incremented to the 11, it was reached to the end limit already. It will won't enter into the do loop, so that output won't go to output data set itself.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, yes, clear.
Others? Anyone have any questions? Fine then. See, we are going to discuss a new topic today. Combining the SAS datasets. Okay. So I have two datasets I need to combine. First of all, why should I combine? Okay. I have two datasets. First of all, why should I combine? The next immediate question, how should I combine? Two questions will raise. First, why should I combine? I have dataset 1 and dataset 2. Why should I combine these two datasets? I have to create a dataset. Okay, let us take a scenario. I have a dataset 1. In a dataset 1, I have some patient's details. Patient number, patient age, patient gender. Okay. 101 patient, age is 35, is male. 102 subject, age is 30, she is female. Okay. 103, 25, male. 104, 36, female. Okay. So this is the data set 1. Now in the data set 2, I have information about what these patients, what treatment they are taken. For example, 101 subject take the drug A. Okay. 102 subject, he took the drug B. 103 subject, he took the drug A. 103 subject, he took the 104 subject, he took drug B. Okay. Now I need a one final data set. In that final data set, I need all the information, the patient's gender, age, gender, and what treatment he taken. All the information I need only in the one data set. How? Here the requirement is, the final requirement is, okay, you have some information in dataset 1, some information in dataset 2, but I need all the information only in one dataset. So that time we will combine the datasets. Correct? So when you combine this dataset 1 and dataset 2, so your output will come like this. So 101 subject to drug A, 102 drug B, 103 drug A, 104 drug. Clear? So you got a final data set. How you got a final data set? When you combine the data set 1 and data set 2, you got your final data set. So why should I combine? Just to fulfill your requirement as per requirement. So when you have some information in data set 1, some information in the data set 2, if you need information from both the data sets, that time you need to combine both the data sets. Simple? Clear? The first question was clear. Why should I combine? as per the requirement. Like this, I just told you one scenario. Like this, n number of scenarios you're going to face daily when you start working. So that time, every time we'll combine the data set. Okay, but how should I combine? Okay, there are ways we can combine the data set. Okay, what are the ways we have? Okay, we can combine data sets in two ways. One is vertically we can combine. Second is horizontally also we can combine. Okay, in a vertical also we have two methods. Concatenation method. Second is interleaving method. Concatenation method and interleaving. Next is in a horizontal also we have methods. One-to-one reading method. One-to-one merging method. That is match merging. Okay, the match merging we have like full join, inner join, left join, right join. Only left, only right. Okay. So these are the methods we have. So all these methods in detail we are going to discuss. Okay. Check. So we can combine the data sets in two ways. One is either you can combine data set vertically, you can combine data set horizontally. So what is the difference? So when we can combine the data sets vertically, when you combine the data set horizontally. First see here. Understand the difference, then we'll go in detail each one. So when you will combine the data set vertically, for example, in your data set 1, I have some, okay, I have one boys data set. You have boys names here. Your data set name is boys. Okay. The boys names was like this. Okay. Sudarshan. Okay. Kishan. Okay. Ramu. Kiran. So in the data set 1, you have like this. In the data set 2, you have some girls names. Okay. Manasa. Swati. Sad. Okay. Okay. So in boys data set, you have some names. In girls data set, you have some names. The two data sets. Now my final requirement is I want to create a data set. Students data set I want to create. Here I need all the students information only in one data set. Means both the boys information and girls information I need only in one data set. What I have to do? I have to combine boys data set and girls data set. How student data set I have to create? By we have some A information. Data set 2, you have some B information. When you need output A by B form, A by B, vertically when you want to combine, you use vertical way of combine. When you need your final observation in this A by B form, you will use one vertical way of combine. So according to your final output data set, how you require your final output data set. So then accordingly, you have to choose which method you have to follow, whether vertically or horizontally. Here, data set 1 and data set 2, if I combine vertically only, so it will come like this. So this is vertical way of combining. So data set 1 is your A information, data set 2 is your B information. When you need your output data set in the A by B form, we'll use vertical way of combining. Okay, clear? Then when we choose the horizontal way of combining, just now we saw an example, right? Data set 1 and data set 2. And finally, you are getting the data set. So this is horizontal way of combining. So data set 1 you have and data set 2 you have. You combine, see your output came horizontally now. A data set 1 you have A information, data set 2 you have B information. When you need output data set in AB form, we have to use horizontal way of combining. So when you're combining horizontal way of combining, you can also see mostly there should be a common variable between the two data sets. So patient is your common variable. So between these two common variables, you are combining the both the data sets. So that time your output will come like this. Okay. So now understand, right? When we need to apply a vertical way of combining, when we need to apply horizontal way of combining. When your output data set required in AB form, or when your output data set was required in A by B form, we'll choose that method. Clear? Understand? Clear everyone? When to choose vertical, when to choose horizontal? Clear, any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Others, everyone is clear? Shall we move to the each method now? Let's see first. In a vertically, how to combine the data sets in a concatenation method. The first method is concatenation method. How to combine the data sets in a concatenation method. Okay. In a concatenation method, we can combine the data sets. See the syntax. Data. To mention the data set name, you can give any name data set name. Okay, then just use the set statement, set data set 1, data set 2, data set 3, data set 4, like whichever data set you want to mention, just mention as set statement. Then run. Simple, that's it. But here only the important point you have to make sure, you have to remember before you're combining the data sets in a concatenation method, you have to double check all your input data set, all your input data sets must have same variable properties. Must have same variable properties. So all these data sets should have same variable properties. then only we have to combine the data sets in a concatenation method. Okay, clear? Okay, what is the meaning of variable properties? In a data set, you have a variable properties, right? What is the variable properties? These are the variable properties, right? Variable name, variable type, variable length, variable format, variable in format. These are the properties, right? Means what is that meaning? All your input data sets have same variable name, same data type, same length, same format, same in format. Then only you have to combine those two data sets in a concatenation method. These are the properties you have to check. Okay. Now let me take some input data sets. Let us combine those data in a concatenation method. Okay. Okay. So I'm creating the three data sets. See these three programs. I'm going to create a three data set: supermarket 1, supermarket 2, and supermarket 3. So your supermarket 1 I have. So see, let me run these three codes. So this one we already know, right? How to create a data sets. So input statement, I'm giving the run date and sales amount. Okay. Supermarket 2 also run date and sales amount. Supermarket 3 also have run date and sales. See the log. So three data sets are created. First supermarket 1. So your supermarket 1 contains 1st October, 3rd October, 5th October sales amounts. Supermarket 2 contains 2nd October and 4th October sales amounts. Supermarket 3 contains 29 September, 38 September, 5th October sales amounts. Okay, clear? Now I want to combine these three data sets. I want to create a final data set. Means all the three supermarkets, run dates, and sales amounts I need in only one final data set. How then? Just we need to combine those three data sets. So before I have to apply the concatenation method, what is I have to make sure all your input data sets have same variable properties or not. Is it all the three data sets have same variable properties or not? You can check in the programmatically also. You can also check here as well. See, all the three data sets have same thing, same column names, same data type, same length, same format. Supermarket 1. Now check the supermarket 2 also. Run date, sales amount, column name, type, length, formats. All the properties are same. Column name, type, length, formats. Everything is same now. So the condition is satisfied. So can I combine these three data sets now? Okay. So how can I combine? What is the syntax? Data set name, set, data set 1, data set 2, data set 3, semicolon, right? Okay, data. For example, one final supermarket data set I'm creating. Set. What is your data set 1? My data set 1 is supermarket 1. Data set 2, supermarket 2. Data set 3, supermarket 3. Semicolon. Okay. Just run this program. See the log. So your 3 observations you are reading from the supermarket 1, 2 observations you are reading from supermarket 2, 3 observations you are reading from supermarket 3. So 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 3, 8. There are 8 observations. Sir. See?
Excuse me, sir.
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, set is a copy command, sir.
That is a copy command. Correct only.
How can we use the commanding the 3 data sets?
That's what the syntax, right? When you mention the 3 data sets like this, it is combining. If you mention only one data set only it will copy. Now I'm mentioning the 3 data set. So it is combined. It is a
Okay.
copy command only. It is copying. But how it is copying? So first it is copying first data set. And again, one more data set is given. That second data set and third data sets. It copied only into one data set. Okay. So that is concatenation method. So we combined, right, all the 3 data sets. It's coming only in one data set, final data set.
So what is the definition of the concatenation, sir?
So definition of concatenation is nothing but you're combining the data sets. You're
That's only.
concatenating you're combining the input data sets. Not to vertically. Okay.
Okay.
So you're combining the data sets. Your main intention is here. What is that? You have to combine the data sets. Not to what? In a vertical way. So that's the reason we are going for a concatenation method. So concatenation method, we are going to combine your input data sets vertically. Okay.
So this is Ashok.
Combining, yeah.
Yeah, if actually the data set is not there in the editing, editing, it is saved in this like work folders or something library. Then we have to give the file name, right? Instead of supermarket 1, supermarket 2, we have to give the file name. Then the command will be input or else in file.
No.
Actually, we are using like set here, right?
Okay.
Because the
here,
data set is
already data sets are created. Okay.
Okay.
The already data sets are created. Those data sets you are combining.
Right, sir.
That's the reason set command. This is constant. This is set is a common concatenation method. Syntax will be. This is syntax will be always standard syntax, right? The meaning of syntax means it's a standard one. So data set name. So set statement you have to mention. Here you have to mention what are your input data sets. How many data sets you want to combine, you have to mention those data sets names. Okay. Now these data sets are already prepared. How? We already know this one, right?
No. I'm asking that if it is prepared here, it is okay. If it is not prepared here, it is there in the library or workplace, somewhere else. It is in the folders.
Okay. Somewhere it is there in the library, any self library or any.
Yeah, anywhere in the SAS
library.
Then we have to give the path.
No, you won't. You will give data set name only, right?
Okay.
See, for suppose
the same thing set will be there.
Same set will be there. Data set name will be same.
Okay. Right.
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, I understand your question. So for suppose some data sets are there. Data set. Now in your work library, some data set 1 is there. Now in your Ashok library, there is a data set 2 is there. In your SAS self library, there is a data set 3 is there. Simple. Library name dot data set name. Library name dot data set name. Library name dot data set name. You are writing. So previously what I wrote? Previously all your data sets are there in a work library one. Correct? So data set 1, data set 2 and data set 3. all the three data sets are there in a work library. The meaning will be same only, right? Work dot means by default it will read from work library only, the data set.
Right, sir, got it.
Got it?
Yeah,
So
got
if you
it.
did not mention, or if not mention the library name, or if you mention the library name, it will go and read from the work library only. That is the nature of, right? The default nature is work library. But suppose it was not like this, you got a different scenario saying that, okay, you have some data sets are there in work library and Ashok library, some Sargent library was there. So that time you have to mention the along with library and data set name. Okay. This is what your question, right? So in-file input statement, remember, okay, when you use in-file input statement by creating the data set. You are creating the data set, say. Now what I am speaking now, already data sets are created. You are combining now. So there is no in-file input options will come into the picture as.
Yeah, got it, sir.
Okay. Okay. Others have any doubt? So here three data sets are there. We have combined the three data sets. So you have to make sure all your input data sets must have same variable properties. For suppose, if the input data set variables are not same, what going to happen? Let us take some example. Supermarket 3 and supermarket 4 and supermarket 5. Two data sets are there, supermarket 4 and supermarket 5. Now, these two data sets I want to combine. I want to create a data set. Supermarket 4 and supermarket 5. But after seeing this program, what do you understand? What is the difference in the variable properties I have? I want to combine these two data sets. What is the difference you guys observe in the variable properties?
In first data set, sales amount is in character, and in second, it is in number.
In the first data set, sales amount was there in a character data type. Second data set, your sales amount was in a defined as a numeric data type, correct? See, your supermarket 4 have 29 September, 38 September, 5th October details. And here, your sales amount you defined as a character data type. Correct? Now here in supermarket 5, here you defined a sales amount in a numeric data type. I'm going to combine these two data sets. Okay. Okay. So to combine the concatenation method, data, you can give data set name any name. For example, my data set name is test. Set. Data set 1 is supermarket 4. Data set 2 is supermarket 5. And run. So run this program. See the log. I'm trying to combine. See, it is throwing an error saying that variable sales amount has been defined as both character and numeric. So SAS system stopped the processing. See, when this step was occurred, there are 0 observations of 5 variables. See, you have 0 observation. It does not combine anything. Now you understand, right? The importance of this note. So we have to make sure all your input data sets must have same variable properties. If your variable properties are not same, and if you try to combine the data sets in a concatenation method, it will definitely throw an error like this. Okay, clear? Now you understand what is the importance of this note? So before you have to combine all your input data sets, you have to cross check variable property, same model. Then only you have to go for this method. See here, next, you combine the data sets in a concatenation method, right? You are getting this output. For example, supermarket 1, 2, 3, you combined and you created this final data. Okay. Now, same this final data set, I can also create in another method as well. Means, but this concatenation method, you have an alternative method also, alternative approach also we have. So in that method also, you can combine the data sets. You can also going to get the same output data set. Okay. What is that method? And this method also have an advantage as well. I'll tell you what is that in the last. So what is an alternative approach for concatenation method? Okay. Is using proc append. Okay, using proc append. We can combine, we can append the data sets. What is the syntax for the proc append? Proc append base equal to first mention to which data set you want to combine. Data equal to mention which data set to combine. Which data set to append. Okay, and we have force option. I'll tell you this what is this force option at last, and then run. Okay. So this is the syntax. Proc append base equal to which data set you want to append. Data is equal to which data set you are going to append. Okay, then run. Okay, now come to our scenario. Now I want to combine supermarket 1, supermarket 2, supermarket 3. 3 data sets you want to combine, right? See. Proc append base equal to which data set you want to combine first. Supermarket 1. Okay. Sorry. To which data set, right? To which data set you want to combine. So what is the final data set you are creating? Mention that final data set name. For example, I'm going to create a final data set. For example, my data set name is final append method. Okay. My data set name is final append. Now data equal to mention which data set you want to append first, supermarket 1. So what going to do, this supermarket 1 will go and append to the final append data set. See, supermarket 1, it was appended to the final append data set. Similarly, so in the supermarket 1, there are 3 observations are there, right? So now these 3 observations are went to final append data set. Okay. Okay. Next. Similarly, I have to repeat same thing for the supermarket 2. Now your supermarket 2 details will go and append to the final append data set. And the program. See? You're going to appending supermarket to the final append data set. Now there are two observations are added. So in a supermarket 2, there are two observations are there. So it will go and add it. Means already there is a 3 observations are there in your final append data set. So these 2 observations you are added. So 3 plus 2, 5. 5 observations are came. Now in your final append data set. So first 3 are from the data set 1. Last 2 are from data set 2. Supermarket 1 and supermarket 2. Now next. Supermarket 3 also. See the log? So your supermarket 3, you're appending to the final underscore append. Okay. Now your supermarket 3 have 3 observations. So 3 observations are added. So already 5 observations are there. 5 plus 3, 8. Let's see. Your final append data set was created. Now check previously when you combined using concatenation method and now used using proc append method, you got a same data set. When you try to using combine the data sets in a concatenation method, now you tried using proc append method, you're combining the same, you're giving the same output data set. So can you say it's an alternative method? Okay.
Sir, why won't we add all the 3 supermarket data in one?
You can't add it. You have to add only single data set at it.
Okay.
That's the syntax.
Sir, another thing, actually when we are concording method and as well as appendage method, we are getting the data now, it will be get in a sequential way, sir.
Sequential means
That it's coming, the dates are maybe mix matching like that is there now.
so it is yes. That is next method we're going to discuss. Say it is appending as per data. So first supermarket 1 details, correct? These 3 are first supermarket. These 2 are supermarket 2 details. These 3 are supermarket 3 details. Okay. Now your question is, sir, I want to combine, but I final data set I need in a particular order. Correct? Either 1st September, 3rd October, 4th October in a particular order.
Yeah.
It sales amount 20,000, 12,000, 13,000, 18,000, 30, 40, 48.
No, in as per dates.
Either a date you need in a date. Some person is needing a sales amount order. I need in a both. Okay, that is the next method. Interleaving method we'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Let me
sir.
come and let me finish this one, then I'll move to interleaving method. That is the interleaving method only. So whatever
Yes,
question you're asking, that is interleaving method. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So before move to that one, let me finish this one. So here you are combining the data sets. Same, it's an alternative method for concatenation method. And we saw an example here. If the all input data sets have same variable properties, but suppose your variable properties are not same. And we try, for example, in this scenario, supermarket 4 and supermarket 5, when you try to combine in a data set method, you are getting a 0 observations because variable properties are not same. Now, same thing, let me try in a proc append method. Means if your variable properties are not same, if you try to append those 2 data sets in a proc append method, let's see. Proc append base equal to my data set name, test1 is my data set name. Data equal to supermarket 4. Okay. So first supermarket 4 details I'm appending to the test1 data set. Run the program, see the log. Okay. So supermarket 4 details you are appended to the test 1 dataset. Okay. Okay. Fine. Now next. Supermarket 5 details I'm going to append to the test 1 dataset. So it is throwing an error. But read this warning and error. You're trying to appending supermarket 5 to test 1 dataset. So that time see variable sales amount not appended because of the type mismatch. Correct? That's what we observed, right? Supermarket 4 and supermarket 5. What is the difference? Sales amount have data type mismatch. Here you are defined as a character data type. Here you are defined as a numeric data type. That's the reason it's throwing a warning. Variable sales amount not appended because of the data type mismatch. Okay. So there is no appending is done because of the above issue. But they are suggesting you see use the force option to append these files. So as of now, it is not appending. There are 0 observations are added. But SAS is giving an option saying that still if you want to append, still if you want to combine these 2 data sets, use a force option. Okay. Now let's see, I'm going to use a force option. That is what this is the force option. I was saying. The syntax also I give force, right? See. Now I'm going to use a force option. When you use a force option, see, run the program this. See the log. So this time it is not throwing in a error, but it's throwing a warning already. Variable sales amount is not appended because of the type mismatch. Okay, where the type mismatch was there, that's the reason the warning is popping up. But you are mentioning force is specified, so use a force option. So dropping the truncating will occur. So the dropping was occurred in your final data set. Okay, what was it was dropped? We'll see that one. And 3 observations are added. So already 3 observations are there. Now 3 observations are added. 3 plus 3. So finally 6 observations, 2 variables are created in your test 1 dataset. What happened here? The sales amount you have mismatch, right? So those observations are dropped. Remaining variables are added. So in this proc append method, when you use a force option, okay, it will combine. But which variable have a mismatches are there in the variable properties? So those observations are dropped or truncated. So comparatively with a concatenation method, so this method is at least better, right? Previously got a 0 observation, but now at least I'm getting the data set. When you come to real time, for example, there are 10 variables are there in one data set 1, 10 variables are there in data set 2. Only one variable you have mismatch. That one variable may be not required for you. So if you go for a concatenation method, you will get a 0 observations. Whereas if you go for a proc append method with the force option, only wherever that one variable you have mismatched, there you will not get observations correctly. But remaining 9 variables, it will combine correctly, right? So that one variable which have mismatches are there, I'll drop that variable later because I'm not required that variable. I'll use a drop statement as a drop as an option to drop that variable. So at least remaining 9 variables it will combine, right? So comparatively, this is the best method. When you compare with the concatenation method, because here you have a force option. That's the reason most of in real time, instead of concatenation method, people go for proc append method because you have force option here. Okay, clear? What force option is doing here? So force option appended 2 data sets even have a mismatches in the variable properties. The variable properties. Even you have mismatches also, it will combine. But what it will do? But it will drop. But you can write it right. But dropping or truncating will occur. Truncating will occur. Okay, dropping or truncating is occurring wherever the mismatches are there you have a dropping or truncating will occur. That's what the fourth option will do. Clear? That's what I told you, right? We in the starting, you have one advantage in the proc append method is in this alternative method, that is this force option. Whereas you don't have in a concatenation method. Clear? So this is how we can combine the data sets vertically. Either you can go for concatenation method or same concatenation method, you have an alternative approach is proc append method.
Here force is not applicable for in data command, only for proc. Hello.
Tell me.
Force option is not applicable for data command,
No.
only for proc, isn't it?
Only for proc append alone.
Okay, proc appended.
Only in the proc append, this force option will work.
Okay,
Okay. That's
okay, sir.
fine then. So this is proc append method. So this is we combine the data sets vertical in a concatenation method. So the next is interleaving method. Guys, I'm taking some 10 minutes extra time. Is it fine?
Okay, sir.
We'll continue on Monday. Is it fine if I take some 10 minutes extra? Anyone have any objections? Anyone?
Carry on, sir. Carry on.
Anyone have objection or you want to shall I continue?
Continue, sir. Continue.
Continue, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, see, interleaving method is same as concatenation method only. Okay, here you are combine the data set, you're creating the output data set like this. But when you go for interleaving method, okay, so in interleaving method, the final data set, the variables will come in a particular sorting order. Okay. See here, if you observe when you combine the concatenation method, as I told you before, see the dates are not coming in a particular order, right? 1st October, 3rd October, again 5th October. Now again are coming 2nd October, 4th, 29th September. But I want in a particular order. Or else at least sales amounts, 20,000, 12,000, 40,000, 30,000. It's coming in a different order. I want in a particular order. So you want to combine the input data set and the final data set also should be there in a order. So that time we'll use a interleaving method. So interleaving method is similar to concatenation method only. Okay. Okay. So interleaving method is similar to concatenation method. But interleaving, the data is sorted on the key variable that we are mentioning, specifying on the by statement. Okay, see the syntax, you will understand what is this by statement. What is the syntax for the interleaving method? Data, dataset name. The dataset name you can give it any name. Set, mention the dataset names, dataset 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you have to mention the by statement. And a by statement, which variable you mention. So that variable, on that variable only, your final dataset should be sorted. Okay, you can mention one variable or two variables or three variables also on a by statement. Okay, here the only prerequisite is, remember from now onwards, whenever you see a by statement, by variable, the basic rule and the standard thumb rule is, your all in data set must be sorted on the by variables. How? Using proc sort. You have to sort your input data. Okay, so before you are to applying interleaving method, or before you are using any by statement anywhere, not only here, what you have to do, you have to sort your input data sets on a by variable. If you not sorted on a by variable, it will throw an error. Okay, now let's see combine. I'm going to combine supermarket 1, supermarket 2, supermarket 3. These three data sets are going, again I'm going to combine in an interleaving method. Okay, so but before I have to combine, what is my prerequisite is, I have to sort my input data sets. Proc sort data is equal to, so first I'm sorting my supermarket 1 details. Supermarket 1 by, so by what? Can I say by run date? So my input data sets, my final data set, I want to sort it by the run date, first of all. So I'm using by statement, and a by statement I'm using run date variable. Okay, so run the program. See, proc sort is used. Procedure sort is used. So supermarket 1 data set you sorted by run date. Okay. Similarly, sort other data sets as well. Supermarket 2 sort by run date. Supermarket 3 also you sorted by run date. Okay. Run the program. Supermarket 2 and supermarket 3. So all the three data sets you are sorted by run date. Okay, now you go for interleaving method. Data, dataset name. Okay, set supermarket 1, supermarket 2, supermarket 3 by the run date. Now what will happen? These three data sets will combine and it is also sorted by the run date. See, from the program. 3 observations from dataset 1, 2 observations from dataset 2, 3 observations from the dataset 3. 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 3, 8. See, there are 8 observations are created. See your interleaving dataset. It's combined all the 3 datasets. Now it's coming in a sorting order. 29, 38, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th October. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is interleaving method. No, sir, I want to my final data set, I want sorted on a sales amount. I don't want on a run date. According to the sales amount, I want to sort it. What need to do? Same program, instead of run date, you have to replace with the sales amount. So first you have to sort your all your input data sets by sales amount. Okay. So for example, my final data set, I want to sort by sales amount, right? So I'm going to use sales amount variable. So instead of run date, I'm replacing with sales amount. So first three input data sets I'm sorting by sales amount, and then I'm applying interleaving one. See? 3 observation, 2 observation, 3 observation, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 3, 8. 8 observations are created. Now interleaving one data set is created. Now this time it's sorted by sales amount. 12, 18, 20, 30, 32, 40, 48. You can also sort it by not only one variable. If you want to sort by run date and sales amount, both the variables if you want to use, you can also use it. Okay. So both run date and sales amount. So input data I'm sorting by run date and sales amounts, run date and sales amount, and run date and sales amount. So I'm combine the both the data sets in run date by sales amount. Okay. See, all my three input data sets started by run date and sales amount, then I combined by run date and sales amount. So first run date will be sorted, then accordingly sales amount will be sorted. Okay, so this is interleaving method. So in interleaving method, you can combine the data sets, and also you can also get a output data set in a particular sorting order.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, even though if we are having full input data, raw data, we have to run the proc sort statement.
Input, even though your input data set was there, means you
Is available, sir. We having the supermarket input data set is already available with us now.
it is already available, but it's not sorted, right?
That's why even though it is available, again I have to write the program of proc sort.
Correct, you have to write it. So the thumb rule, okay, standard thumb rule, remember, whenever you use a by statement, before that step, you have to sort your input data sets. Okay,
Yes, sir.
that's the standard thumb rule. Now going forward, you can see that one throughout your programming will say. The basic rule will come everywhere. Now this by statement I'm using here, right? In so many places it will going to repeat. That's the reason I'm telling it's a thumb rule. Clear? That's it. So these are the two methods you have in a vertical way of combining, that is concatenation and interleaving method. Okay, so from Monday we'll see horizontal way of combining. Right?
Right, sir.
Sure. So that's it from my end. Any questions? Or else you can stop it for today. We'll continue on the next class. Okay. No questions. So continue guys your practice this weekend. So don't waste time. So please practice. Okay. Sure. Thank
Okay,
you.
sir. Okay, sir.
Thanks everyone. We'll catch you on next.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.